All right, we're here with Ray Sefo out at Extreme Couture. And a lot of stuff to get into. You just got back from Japan, so we can talk about that fight a little bit, and then some other guys who may be getting into K1, and then your future. First of all, you just came off a fight with Hongman Choi, who is an interesting guy. I think he can fight. He's big. We know that.
He's definitely big. I mean, he's 7'3", 360 pounds. And for a big guy, he's actually very agile. And, he's fought some of the best names. And, I mean, he went 4 rounds with Jerome LeBanner. He put Jerome LeBanner down. He put down Butter Hurry also in their last encounter. Thank God he didn't put me down, so I was happy with that. But he's a very big, strong guy, and anybody that's going to jump in the ring has to stick and move with him because he's so strong, and he's very, very agile and very good with his knees. So we were fortunate to get away with the win, and we're happy with that.
Yeah. So the rumors out there of K1 potentially being interested in Kimbo Slice to go right to the top level too, to fight Hari. Your thoughts on that? I mean, we just saw him lose to a guy in Petrozelli, who I got to tell you, I'd seen Petrozelli out at some events. I couldn't believe how small he was, actually. He's not. I mean, he fights at 205.
Right.
And he used to fight heavyweight. He is a tiny heavyweight. So
right.
For Kimbo to lose to a guy like that, and then K1 wants to bring him in, is a little nerve-wracking, I would think.
Well, I mean, I was just after my fight with Hongman Choi, I ended up commentating with Kimbo. They brought him out for that, and as far as I know, they're still talking, and they haven't come to a decision yet. But K1 is K1. I mean, they do this to all their new fighters and all newcomers. Like when I first fought in K1, my first opponent was Ernesto Hooch, who was the current K1 Grand Prix champion at that time. So, I don't see Kimbo getting an easy fight straight off the bat, especially, wanting to participate in K1 in that. And, you've heard the same as I've heard. He's looking to be matched up against Butter Hurry, which it's a big, big hill to climb because Butter Hurry is a very, very fast, strong, and great, great talent. So, best of luck to him.
Yeah. What did you think when you were talking to Kimbo? Did you have a chance to speak to him a little bit off camera? What was your impression?
He seems like a really nice guy. I think a lot of the stuff that he does is all for camera and is all for, but generally he's a nice guy. I mean, I didn't get to spend that much time with him afterwards, but he came across really nice.
Yeah. And yet, we can say he has no shot in the fight, but it's really his best option from a money standpoint if he can still make money and withstand a couple of losses. I mean, we saw what happened with Bob Sapp, and what a big star he turned into in Japan. So he's not going to make that kind of money over here.
Well, that's right. You can only go there and give it the best you got, and like I always say, you never give up opportunities, and win or lose, there's still an opportunity that you got to give it a go and to see what happens.
So what's going to happen with you? We've seen you here at Extreme Couture for a good amount of time, and we know that you're a stand-up guy. Is there a chance you're going to transition to MMA? And the heavyweights out there in MMA, could always use more depth, and it's always intriguing to have good strikers.
Absolutely, it's something that's been in the works for a while in terms of training, and I've had one MMA fight, and I started wrestling training this week. And I'm enjoying it. And last night I worked a little bit with Randy also, and he got to show me a few things, and it was awesome because for me it's really exciting because everything that I'm learning is new and different, and I love learning new things and keep learning as I know. The game is that if you're not learning, you're not moving on, and you're not improving. So I'm loving that transition, and absolutely, MMA is definitely something that I'm going to do next year.
Yeah. Would the goal be eventually to try to make UFC, fight at some lower shows, and then eventually make it to a big show?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the goal is. UFC is probably the biggest in terms of mixed martial arts in the United States, worldwide. I know there is an affliction show that's coming up soon, also. UFC is definitely the goal.
Yeah. Have you worked submissions yet?
Yeah, we've done a little bit. We've done a little bit, and it's fun.
How's that going? It's a little scary?
Yeah, it is, because it's amazing how you could be, for example, like I worked with Alex the other day, and he showed me where he was side mount, and he had his whole body on me, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't barely move around, and yet he could submitting me in different, like 5 different ways.
Right.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hard transition. There's no doubt about it. Not that I've done it, but I can only imagine even a guy like Brock Lesnar, and he overcomes it with sheer power and size. But I'm sure he gets pissed in the gym too. I'm sure you have to kind of not lose your cool because these guys are unbelievable.
Well, I mean that's just it for me. It's like the fact that I lose my cool is the fact that I'm enjoying the learning process of it all, and I like being caught in this and that because the more I make mistakes, the more I'm going to learn. Right. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
All right, we got to close on this one. You were involved in an interesting experience over at Mandalay Bay. First of all, I couldn't believe how bad your you were. Not Mandalay Bay, MGM. I couldn't believe how bad your seats were for the Couture Lesnar fight. And the only reason I know that is because you're on video and there's like this Pier 6 brawl breaking out. What the hell happened?
Well, the lady that sat in front of me and her husband. We had and the people that were sitting behind us came up and they were taking photos and whatever, and this couple just keep going, like they keep standing up and that was fine because that's the heat of the moment in the game, whatever.
But this is like the entire like the majority of the card they're standing up and blocking everyone's view.
Right, and then eventually it got to a point where the people behind us were yelling out, "Yo, sit down!" And so then my guy. One of the boys that was sitting next to me, Bryce, was just said to the guy, "Excuse me, can you sit down?" Because the people are yelling, and the lady just lost it. She just went frantic, like he doesn't have to sit down. If this, that. It was just ridiculous. So I tried to calm her down, but the more I tried to calm her down, the madder she got, and then it just elevated from there, and it just went crazy.
Yeah. She took a shot at you, right?
She swung at me, missed, and then Bryce pushed her out of the way. The husband swung at him. He cracked him. He dropped. Yep. And then the husband swung at me. I'm like, so he missed. I'm like, why is he swinging at me? I didn't do anything. We were the ones that are trying to calm everybody down. But people get a little bit of alcohol, I think, and the heat of the moment and the fights, and I don't know. I think it got to them, and they just kind of lost their mind.
Yeah. And then she, on the video, she gets basically tackled through like 3 rows.
Well, that's right.
Her whatever he was, boyfriend, husband, like you said, gets completely wrecked. And
exactly, because everybody around us couldn't believe that this lady just went frantic over something, and especially because I was trying to calm her down. And then one of the sons, because there was a father and I think 4 guys were either. 2 of them were his sons, and they all knew who we were, so they watched K1 prior to this event. And so the husband, the son dives past us and, catches her. Yeah. And they just go flying down the stairs. I'm like, oh, my God. So I'm like, hey, we need to get out of here. So we got out of there. And by the time we started walking up the stairs, the cops arrived, and then it was a stop to it. Thank God nobody really got hurt. So
scarier, the fat lady at the MGM or Hongman Choi?
I think the fat lady at the MGM.
All right, Ray. We appreciate it. Thank you.